that I'm sure some of you have been longing to hear their story. So my job is to share with you what the business is. And then those who are guests, those people who want to be inspired, you will hear from the story of our guest speaker today. So without further ado, let me share the business with you so that we explain to our guests what our business is. My name is Pascal Olo. I am trained as a civil engineer. Betty and I live in South Africa, but we are Kenyans by birth. Betty and I have been living in South Africa for the last 29 years now. And the reason why we started the business was very, very simple. We started the business to make an extra $200 a month because I wanted to supplement my salary. So when we started, we didn't have a big ambition. We thought that even if you're earning $200 extra, that was okay. But after 7 months of very, very hard work, our income reached $1,000 a month. That's when I took the business seriously. And I told Betty, this business is going to be the future of my career. So just give me one moment. Let me do some settings on our presentation tonight. If you give me one moment, please. Just a moment. Let me do some settings on the. Okay, so what is really the mission of our company? What is the mission of our business? The mission of our business is very simple. We want to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And that starts with you. You know, the other day, the year 2025 just started, and we are already on the third day of the second month of the year. How fast time flies. So Betty and I started because we wanted extra money. That's all. We wanted to have a better life for our children. We want to have a better life for ourselves, to make sure our children go to good school, to have a roof over our heads. And we're very happy. We are very excited because God has blessed our business. He's able to grow into more than 10 countries around the world. Let's go back to the business. Before I share with you what this business is, let's look at the 4 ways that people use to generate income. The first one is called a job. A job is when you work for somebody. After 30 days, they pay you a salary. At least you have a chance to put food on the table or to have a roof over your head. But the challenge with the job is that because of advances in technology and artificial intelligence, employers have found very efficient ways to produce goods and services with less people. So if you have a job, you need to think carefully about where your future is heading. The other challenge we have with the employment is that one day your employer might just come and say, sorry, we no longer need your services. And there's a lot of internal politics in the job place. The second way that people use to generate income is self-employment. This is when you have money, either you borrow money, you take your life savings, you mortgage your house, and you start a business to provide a product or a service to the public. This is good because you control or you determine how hard you work or how long you work. However, there's a drawback, and it is this. The business depends on your physical presence. If you're not there physically, no money comes in. If you fall sick, you want to take leave, you need to attend to family issues, you need to get somebody who knows what you do, and number 2, somebody whom you trust to run the business on your behalf. A very simple test whether you own the business or not is, if you go away from the business for 30, 60 days and the business collapses, you don't own the business. The business actually owns you. The third way that people use to generate income is big business. These are companies that invest a lot of money. They have huge capital. They employ a lot of people, and employing a lot of people also means a lot of labor problems. Companies like ShopRite, the last time I checked, ShopRite Checkers had 1,947 stores or outlets across the African continent, employing about 147,000 people. Not the ordinary, not the average person like you and I can have that level of investment. Companies like Safaricom, PLC, Vodacom, MTN, Nivas, these are companies that invest a lot of money. The fourth way that people use to generate income is investment. This is when you get money which is over and above what you need for your daily living, and you want to invest in a product or an instrument that gives you a return on your investment. Two things are required: the knowledge and the skill of investment. So what most people do, they get people who are experienced to invest on their behalf. Of course, you pay them a fee. The question is this: is there an ideal business? Is there a criteria you can use that this is an ideal business, that I will not be fired at any one time? Number two, that I can build a business that grows with or without me. Number three, I don't have huge capital to invest. And number four, the business grows whether I'm there or not. I think it needs to have the following 7 criteria. One, low capitals to start. Our business, you need about 60 to 100 US dollars to start a global business. In fact, one of the biggest stumbling blocks for people to start a business, most people say, is capital. The second criteria is you need to get involved in distribution. Why? Because this is where wealth is created. Think about it. Wherever you're sitting down, you're in a house, whatever, or in an office, everything you have in the house came to your house through a distribution system. And that is why creating wealth is in distribution. A number of things are important about distribution. One is that the people who make products, they don't bring it to your house. They get somebody else to bring the product to your house through a system of distribution. Wholesalers, retailers, regional salespeople, you have advertisement, all those things are involved in this distribution process. The third way is you need to have a global reach. That simply means that the more people you serve, the wealthier you become. Our company or our business operates in over 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we're in 14 countries. The fourth element is you need leverage. What is leverage? Leverage is you find a way to multiply your time and your effort so that you can reach more people. Think about this. You and I have 24 hours a day. We work 8 hours or 9, we sleep 8 or 9 hours. The rest, either we have meals, we attend to our family, we travel, leisure, we rest, all those things. If you depended only on the amount of hours you put into your business or your work, you'll never be wealthy. You need to find a system to leverage your services. The banks know this, that's why they open branches. The retail shops know this, that's why they open different retail stores. The fifth element is consumable, high-quality products. Why? Because consumable products have a repeat sale. You and I buy soap at the end of January, you bought some soap, or at the beginning of February. At the end of this month, you'll buy soap. At the end of April, you'll buy soap. At the end of March, every month you buy soap and you finish and you buy some more. Why? Because soap is a consumable product. And that's the key to success in business. A product or a piece of service that people use constantly. The sixth element is you need a business system. What is that? A business system is a series of tools, procedures, and equipment that you put in your business so that your business runs with or without you. Something that is dependable, something that somebody comes and learns and does, so that you as the owner of business does not have to be present when the business is being built. And the last one is timing. Timing is very critical because if you start the business at the wrong time, either it's too early in the growth curve or it's too late, the market has already been captured. And the timing for our business is perfect because we deal with products that people need on a daily basis. Two, because people have become aware of the need for good nutrition for good health. So, what is this business that I'm talking about? It's called network marketing, a very efficient system of distribution of goods and services. If you think about any product, between a manufacturer and the consumer, you have middlemen, advertising, retailers, wholesalers, regional salespeople, people who keep adding to the cost of the product without adding value to the product. So what we have done in our business is we cut out the middlemen between manufacturers and the consumer in standard distributor like myself. And the money the company would have paid all these middlemen is what they pay distributors like myself. And that is what makes this business very lucrative. There are no wholesalers or retailers. The products are explained to customers in person. We are paid for successfully referring customers to buy. The company has a system to monitor this. The products are researched and developed on your behalf. What that simply means, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself, because Neolife has built infrastructure that supports your business. Think about this. If you want to bring a product to the marketplace, the first thing you need to do is you need to research the product. You need to design the product, get the raw materials, do quality control, get manufacturing facilities, package the product, register the product in different markets where you want to sell your product. All that has been done on your behalf. Then the last thing you need is, in this business, there are no qualifications required except three things, which any ordinary person who is serious about life has: desire for success, being teachable, and just hard work. If you have those three things going for you, you're going to be very successful in our business. Neolife was started by Jerry Brasfield. When Jerry Brasfield was a teenager, he had very, very serious asthma, and his mother gave him some natural remedies. And when his health improved, he thought, maybe I need to share this idea with people in my town. He grew up in a town called Porterville in California. Little did he know that this small idea will become a global business. That's how Neolife was founded, out of the dream of one person, Jerry Brasfield, in 1958. But what has kept us going for all these years? What has kept Neolife on the edge, on the cutting edge of technology, of product manufacturing, of system of distribution? We believe in very simple 5 corporate principles. One is absolute honesty and integrity, because we believe we need to tell the public and our customers the truth about our products and the truth about our business. Integrity is simply doing the right thing when nobody is watching. Number 2, people are number 1. The most important resource we have in our business is people. If you don't have people in this business, we don't have anything. Because who are products meant for except people? Number 3, products that work. Neolife has put together a group of scientists to make sure that Neolife has the best products in the marketplace. A group of scientists called the Scientific Advisory Board. Their job is just to research and develop products and have quality control. All the ingredients that we use to make our supplements come from the natural or the human food chain. The fourth principle is equal opportunity for everybody. Everybody starts this business at the same level. Man or woman, young or old, 18 or 81, a plumber, a doctor, an engineer, a housewife, a teacher. Anybody who is serious about success can join this business and become very successful. And the last one is a long-range vision. You need to have a very long vision to succeed in this business in the long term. Initially, we say you need a 2 to 5 year horizon. That simply means within a period of 2 to 5 years, if you work hard, if you follow the guidance of your mentor, you're going to be financially independent. Neolife started in 1958 in the USA, came to South Africa in 1971. East Africa, that's Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, went in 96, 97. West Africa, the year 99 and 2000 and beyond. Today, if you're a guest, this business has come to your doorstep. Now, why do people start this business? People start this business for so many different reasons. But before we discuss why people start the business, this map shows the regions in Africa where Neolife has presence. West Africa, East Africa, and Southern Africa. Central Africa is still waiting for Neolife to get into. So we've got a very, very large potential to build this business. Why do people start the business? Some start the business because they want a better life for their children. Some start the business because they want to buy good homes. They're sick and tired of their jobs. They want to support their parents. People start this business for so many different reasons. Some start the business, initially they just want to use the products. Then somewhere along the line, they get excited about building a business. They see the income potential. Some people start the business because they want beautiful cars. Some because they want to go for holidays. I think most people start the business because they want to make some money. Money is very important. We need to learn how to make money. It's not the most important thing, but I think money ranks somewhere with oxygen. Some people start the business because they want to be physically fit. You're partnering with a company which is over 60 years old. I think it's 67 years this year. Operating in over 50 countries around the world, is supported by the Scientific Advisory Board. These are the group of scientists who make sure we have got the best products in the marketplace. Then we have 4 ranges of products. The first product is the Golden Home Care range. These are products for cleaning your bathroom, your kitchen, your toilet, your tiles, your carpets, anything in your home that requires cleaning, we've got the products for you. They are biodegradable and friendly to the environment. The second, the personal care range of products. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. The third range is a skincare range of products. Why skincare? I think it's very simple. The largest organ in your body is your skin. So take very good care of it. And the last one is the health supplement. This is the highest selling range of our business because your greatest wealth is your health. There's another product called Supergrow. This is a product specifically designed for farmers or people who like gardening or attend to their plants and crops. Supergrow is a wonder drop. It increases the yield of the farm. It's very economical. One part of the product you mix with 1,000 liters of water. So it's a very economical product, easy to use, and it has proven differences that it makes to farmers. Now let's go and discuss how does this business work. This business works when you do 3 things every day. They're called 3 daily success habits. The first, we use the products ourselves. Why do we use the products? First, in any case, whether you're in this business or not, you're going to buy soap at the end of this month. So what you need to do is change our shopping habits. We start to shop or buy products in our own business. And the other reason why you need to use the products is people you're recommending the products want to know that you also believe in what you're recommending. Because Neolife operates in over 50 countries around the world, Neolife has devised what is called a PV system, a way to measure business globally, which is standardized. 100 PV is roughly $160 US. The second thing we do is we share the business opportunity. What does that mean? It means we introduce other people to be business users, product users and promoters of the products. In this example, you have introduced 6 people who do 100 PV plus yourself. You've done a 700 PV business volume, and your income is about $45 a month. The next thing you do is you teach all these people to do what you do. The person on the top right corner introduces 2, and those 2 introduce 2 each. And eventually they'll have built 700 PV unit, plus the other 6 gives you 1,300 PV. Your income is roughly $90 a month as a senior manager in the business. The next thing you do is you teach all these people to do what you do. That is, they duplicate the process. If these 6 people do 700 PV plus your own, you reach a volume of 4,300 PV and your income reaches about 580 to 700 US dollars a month. If you want to grow a bigger business, just build a larger team of people who use and promote the product. Not everybody is going to join the business. Some people will just say, Pascal, I just want to use the products. How much are they? Out of these people who are not interested in the business, they become your customers and you make a net profit from them of 20%. The third thing we do every day is personal development. This is you take time to learn to become a leader through your business support system, training, support, personal development material. You attend conferences, you read books, you attend seminars, you learn how to do presentations yourself, you learn how to become a leader. Eventually, you're going to have a large team to be a leader to. If you want to earn more money in this business, just help somebody else become successful. If you help one more person become successful, you become a director in the business and your income is about $1,000. If you help 3 people become directors, your income goes to about $2,000. If you help 6 people become directors, as a president's team member, you earn $5,000 or more a month. That's a very exciting income. So at this stage, I want to invite our guest speaker, somebody whose story, every time I hear their story, I marvel at what this business has done. So, Andrew, if you can unmute yourself.
Oh, yes. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, you're very loud and clear, and we can see you very clearly.
All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Pascal. And as always, it's a pleasure to join you on Monday evenings. Thank you so much for the effort you put into, you and Betty, you put in to see that we are building our businesses solid. And we are very grateful for the 2 of you. And we pray the good Almighty will add to your business and make it even bigger than before. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in this evening. I am glad to be sharing with you my story this very evening, and I look forward to hopefully inspiring 1 or 2 of the guests or even the distributors that are on the call this very evening. My name is Bugembe Andrew. I'm an engineer and a lawyer by profession. That's what by qualification, that's what I qualified as. However, I have been a business person since I was 20 years old. Today I'm married to Janet with a daughter, Irene, and I'm very grateful to God for this far He has brought me. My journey with New Life started when I was just 20 years old. I was just getting into the university to study my electrical engineering degree. And just like many students, I was looking for ways to earn some money while studying. I know if there are people on the call and more so students, I perhaps you could relate. You know, I've been interacting with a lot of young people, and today they're in all sorts of things that trying to see how they can make ends meet and make some money in their early adulthood. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was. So a high school friend of mine who was already involved in New Life introduced me to the opportunity. And I remember I was a little hesitant because the little I understood about business was it's about trading and making a profit. When they started talking about getting people in and creating a market, it kind of got a little confusing. So if you're on the call this evening and you feel part of the talk on PV and get two more and all that is quite confusing. I just want to tell you that that's usually how it is, because it was confusing for me as well. I didn't understand the concept that much, So one thing I remember that stood out for me when I first came in for a presentation, which some of you may not have had the opportunity to do so now, but I would like to encourage the person who invited you into the call to do it for you. The person who invited me did a demonstration for one of the soaps, and this soap is called light duty concentrate. It's called LDC. I remember putting some cooking oil in my hands and just looking at how effective the soap was removing. I'd never seen that before, using ice cold water to remove cooking oil from the hands to demonstrate how effective it is at removing like fats from plates and when you're washing your hands and things like that. And for me, this caught my attention. In fact, I saw it as a way not only to improve my financial situation, but also to help others improve their financial situation, because it only made sense that if this soap was not in people's homes, perhaps I could be part of the team that is getting into people's homes. And this is what New Life actually pays us for. So I started telling my friends about the business and the benefits of the products. And as a campuser then, in my very first year, a number of my friends didn't really take what I was sharing with them seriously. In fact, some of them told me, Andrew, I think you're running mad. How is it that now a whole engineer is beginning to sell soap? Yeah, and maybe if you're on the call and you're a very respectable person, I do respect you. I appreciate the fact that you've been able to give us your time this evening. But one of the things I was able to learn through New Life is that we don't eat titles, we eat money. It doesn't matter whether you are an army guy or an engineer or a lawyer, a doctor, I mean, a chairman, name it, a president. At the end of the day, president perhaps, but at the end of the day, you are expected to get money from your pocket to pay for an item. If you go to a shop and you want sugar, your title is not what buys you the good. It's not what buys you the sugar or whatever you're going to buy, the milk. It is actually money that buys you these things. So for me, some of those things came into play and they made so much sense because, ladies and gentlemen, whatever we do, the career we take on, yes, as much as we are doing it for a common good, we want to help people probably provide a service or product. By the end of the day, you also want to make money so that you can live a happier life. A lot of things revolve around money, especially things that we have to do in our lives. So at the age of 20, I was looking for a way I could supplement my income even before I got a job, because I was aware of my environment. Right here in Kampala, sorry, I didn't say that bit. I'm based in Uganda, Kampala. Right here in Kampala, where I am, last 2 weeks, we had about 13,000 graduates from Makerere University, and that's one of the biggest universities that we have right here in Uganda. And there are several other universities that have now gone ahead and also preparing for their graduation. Some actually graduated a little bit earlier in December and I think November last year. And you can imagine all the graduates that are coming out. And even if they were engineers like myself, electrical engineers like myself, I don't think they're going to earn the income they want to see in their first job, So that's what was going through my mind. I was thinking, how can I begin to earn an income as early as possible so that I don't have to depend and I don't have to have all my eggs in that one basket where my life is dependent on someone like a boss. And for me, that encouraged me a lot to get into New Life and begin doing it when I was studying. Because my logic was very simple. If I finished and they were paying me about $250 at my job, if I had an additional $200 coming in from New Life, I would be a much happier person. That was my motivation. In fact, on starting this business, I didn't even want to earn money that quick. I was looking at earning an additional $500, say in about 4 years when I finished my university. And that's what's my focus actually. So when I started using the products, starting to tell my friends about some of these things, and I told a couple of friends. Now, again, if you're on the call and you're a distributor, guess what? People won't know you have the products unless you talk to them. because that's how the business works. I mean, if you keep quiet, then no one will know that you actually have got the product. So somehow, for one, and I was a very shy person, incidentally, so I had to learn. The good thing with the trainings, especially if you're attending trainings, you're going to be taught what to say, you'll be taught what to do, you'll be taught a couple of skills that are going to help you build the business. I also find that extremely helpful because many professions and many enterprises out there, no one is going to sit down and mentor you into becoming something of a success in your life. Many people are busy minding their own businesses. Many people are busy minding their professions. No one really has time for you, genuinely. But in this business, because of the connection and the nature of the business that we do, and that nature is that when you help other people succeed, you actually eventually succeed. Because of that principle in itself, many people are ready to see that you actually succeed. And for me, that worked to my advantage because I had, and up to this day, I still have a very wonderful support system, all the way from Charlie to Dr. SSR to Pascal here in the call, to Sam and Miriam. I mean, the support system is amazing. The number of people that want to see you succeed in this business is amazing. And for me, that alone was able to push me. So within 6 months, I'd actually moved up to the director level where I was earning about $500. I was in my first year, second semester. And I was excited because I remember picking up that director income and now beginning to have options. Because at the university, if you don't have money, you have to go to the dining hall and you have to settle for the posho and the beans. But you know what? When I started earning my director income, which was about $500 at the time, today it's about $500. It was about maybe $200 at the time when I was, that was about 20 years ago, 2005, 2006 actually. I started seeing that I had options. I could go to the dining or I could go and eat out. And for me, that was, for me, a big eye opener because when you have money, money gives you options, ladies and gentlemen. You're taking your children to the schools you take them to right now, simply because that's what you can afford. You're staying where you are staying right now simply because that's what you can afford. I mean, if you had more money, probably you'd be staying in a different place. You'd be driving a different car. I mean, money gives you options. And for me, that I learned in my first year, second semester when I became a director. A year later, doing the same things, and I just want to emphasize the daily activities because I talked, up to this day, I still talk to people. And if you're a distributor on the call, I want to give you a guarantee that if you're talking to 2 people every single day and just letting them know about New Life, every single day you have some new people you're talking to about New Life. And we are a big population in Africa. I think just in Southern Africa, we're looking about 400 million people. All those people have not yet come to know about New Life. But if you, every single day, you just took a hold of 2 people, I can almost guarantee you that in about 7, 8 months, you'd be earning a director income. So when I continued doing what I was doing, talking to people continuously, I would go to class at 8 a.m. At 4 p.m., I'd be done with my class. Instead of playing pool and doing all those things that students do outside class, I decided to invest in my future because I was very well aware of the fact that I either play now and pay later, pay the price later, or I pay the price now and I play later. So I was very aware of the fact that if I worked hard today and I was in that uncomfortable situation where I had to sacrifice some of the luxuries I was supposed to enjoy at campus, as many students would want to do, I was going to be in a position to play later, like I'm going to share with you. So I kept on talking to the people. And a year later, I was able to build my business. Going into my second year, second semester, it had gone up to the world team. And as a world team member, I remember the income then was about $1,000. It's still about, the income really doesn't change much, but it was, if it was Ghana shillings, 2007, Uganda shillings, 1.5 million shillings, which was earning, was about $1,000 at the time, coming to about $1,000. And I can tell you, with $1,000 as a second year student at the age of 21, yes, at the age of 21, I'm trying to remember my age at the time. At the age of 21, there was a lot. In fact, I actually bought my very first car when I was in my second year at the university. No money came from my father. I've been raised by a single father. I'm very proud of him. I am someone that really just keeps me going every other day. But let me tell you, that money came from the sweat and the hard work I was putting in. I was putting in building this business. And for me, that was something that gave me so much pride. It wasn't such a fancy car. It was a very interesting second-hand car. It took me about 6 months to pay. The radiator had issues, the boot had issues. It had a little bit of holes below with a bit of dust. It never had AC, but I sat in that car with a lot of pride as a 21-year-old young man, very excited about the investment I had done and had made buying that as my first car. So by the time I was actually in my third year, second semester, I'd gone through the World Team steps and become a President's Team member. Now, I have been a President's Team member with Neolife International for the last about 17 years now. And let me tell you, since I was 22, 20, 21, 22, yes, 3 years down the road. Since I was 22 years of age, I have been a President's Team member. And I cannot begin to tell you how much of a fairy tale I've had to live as a President's Team member, because at the President's Team, it's a totally different story. My first travel with the company was to London for the Golden Jubilee. My first travel ever with the company was as a President's Team member. And I remember going to London and being welcomed as a brand new President's Team member. It was quite an exciting experience. I'd never been to London to see who, to do what. I mean, who would pay, as a third year student at the time. So it was quite exciting to have all that experience. I remember coming back from London and then also experiencing Sun City. We had a President's Team meeting there. I ate so much. And I kept on wondering why all the other people were not eating. They were just used to the feeding that was taking place. I remember I had never seen so much chicken as a third year student. I really enjoyed myself at Sun City. And these are things that I never in the world thought I'd be able to experience through Neolife. So anyone that is on the call, I don't know. I can tell you as a student, I took my chances and I believed in the people that introduced me to the opportunity. I decided I was going to do this opportunity. You need to decide that you're going to do it, because if you are in the middle, and now maybe I'll also talk a bit to the people that are working. I know you have a couple of sources of income, but guess what? Whatever source of income you are bringing in that is bringing some income to you, you've given it some time. I want you to give Neolife some time, because you're going to enjoy the income, but you'll also enjoy the good health. I've not talked about good health, but the products that Neolife have truly, truly changed my life and the life of the people that are around me. I'll begin with my father first and foremost. I've seen him using the products over the years. Unfortunately, last year he had an incident. He's 71 today, but this incident had been like around for a couple of years, because I remember getting into this business, and one of the things we were all very worried about was the fact that he had a fatty liver at the time, and that was 20 years ago. To see him having gone through all the way up to now, 71 years of age, for me, it's just exciting to see what the products have done in giving him very good health. Janet and I have a daughter who we have seen grow on these products. This girl is turning, I think, 13 this year. Yeah, she should be turning 13 this year. She's doing architecture already, and she's not yet even in secondary. She's just going to start secondary soon, but she's already doing architecture. She's running some projects. She's been in one of the best schools in Africa, St. Andrew's Turi, and for me, it's just exciting to see the level of mind development. If you're a mother on the call, you're a father on the call, you have children, you need to get those children on omega-3. You cannot begin to believe how much omega-3 as nutrition is actually important in our lives. At the age of 13, she can actually drive a usual car, like a normal car, by herself. Of course, she's not allowed to drive, but very disciplined in running. She doesn't drive on the roads, doesn't drive on the tarmac and everything, but you can see someone who's very well composed as she takes. So now, I attribute a lot of this to the fact that she got a very fantastic foundation in as far as nutrition is concerned. So, I mean, when it comes to the products, I look at all my grandmothers. They've now gone to go with the Lord, but 20 years ago, both of them were very alive, but very sick. One of them had a heart issue, and she was able to run at least for 17 years while I was in the business on vitamin E and some of these products that eventually she passed on due to dementia. They call it dementia, but she was very healthy. I mean, at 90, the other one also passed on at 90. And for me, just seeing how the products were able to help them live a longer, healthier life was such an amazing thing to experience. The products are fantastic. The cleaning products, the skincare, the Supergrow, you know, I've been using Supergrow over a couple of years now in our small backyard farm that we have at home. And it's amazing. You grow some tomatoes, you grow some, and you cannot begin to think how important all these products are. So if you're on the call and you're looking at a business that is going to give you a very good foundation for the products that you're going to need to build a big business, then you're looking at the right business. I just want to talk about the travel as well. So I've told you I was in London in 2008. Ever since then, I have stopped counting because I have been all across the world courtesy of this opportunity. For the last 17 years, ever since I was in my third year at the university when I started traveling with the company, it has been a fairy tale. And New Life does not just take you to any place. It takes you to fantastic places, places that many people, many of your peers would basically dream of being to. I've been to Cape Town before, but we're going to go back to Cape Town this year. This time I look forward to paragliding. I look forward to the cable cars. I look forward to going to Robben Island. I mean, I just want to sip it in and live life, because when you do New Life, you actually live your life full. You live your life so full. So for those of us that are on the call and you're looking for a contented, satisfying, fun-filled life, then New Life is one of the things, one of the opportunities that you are going to have to look at as one of those options. So it has been a basically fantastic journey. What do I have to tell you on the call that is listening to me for the very first time? If it is money, the company has given us money. And oftentimes we don't want to come off as if we are bragging, but I think for almost the last how many years, ever since I was in my third year, I mean, I remember graduating and never looking for a job. A few years later, I got married to Janet. Irene came along. I went back. I did a law degree. I did a law degree for knowledge, not because I wanted money. I know that some lawyers on the call and probably you've done your law degree, you want money, but I can tell you there are people out there, caddies of New Life, that are just doing New Life. So I've just done some of these things just for knowledge, to be aware, to be knowledgeable, to be able to help people with their different problems, you know. And I actually I'm capable of practice because I've also done the diploma here. They call it the LDC, and finished it. But all that is because of the freedom that New Life has allowed me to do. It has allowed me to dream a lot bigger. So for those that are on the call this evening, you're looking at achieving some of your dreams. You've been thinking about it. This year started. You're thinking, okay, God, how am I going to make ends meet? I want to guarantee you, if you give New Life a chance, it's definitely going to change your life. And for me, that I have seen for the last 17 years. So as far as the income is concerned, it has been a fantastic journey. I usually tell people that I stopped worrying about money when I was graduating, because I graduated in the morning and in the evening, like some of my colleagues have shared before, I was retiring. Because honestly speaking, at the point I graduated, the company was giving me about $3,000 every single month. And for me, all I'd ever even dreamed about was about $2,000. I have actually told God, if this business gives me $2,000, what else am I looking for? There's nothing much I need for, because with $2,000, I can build a decent house. With $2,000, I can take a child to a decent school. With $2,000, I'm able to eat. I mean, how much money are you going to eat anyway? Even if they gave you $1 million shillings, Uganda shillings, you can only eat so much. But you want to have a decent life, and this business can actually give you that. So ever since I graduated, I actually stopped worrying about money. It's not something I think about at any one point. About the lifestyle and travel, I've shared with you, I've been doing that my entire life since 2008. Every single year. This year we're in Cape Town, last year we're in Mauritius, the year before in Durban, the year before in Dubai. I mean, every single year I look forward to a new destination. Last year we also went to Paris. I'd never been to Paris. And all these are things that, not that I mean, I would think about life, and I didn't even think travel was one of those things that I'll be talking about today. And then the personal development, yes, as well. The personal development is very, very important. I think for the young people that are on the call this evening, if there's one thing that is going to literally change your life, and is how your mind thinks. Actually, I tell people the amount of money you have on your account is equivalent to the size of your mind. It's not what are you reading? What are you thinking about? Who are your friends? Those are the factors that determine actually how much is going to get into your account. Because if you are thinking small, if all you're putting inside here is news, and all these things that are happening around us, guess what? The income is not going to come in. And I can tell you, when I was turning 23, I was already thinking like a 70-year-old. Now today, I am turning 40. I literally think way ahead of I don't know. I can't even tell an age as such, but I think way ahead of where I am right now. And that is Curtis of New Life, because of the mentorship I have picked up from the different individuals, the different people that have been able to mentor me in my life. And I have very fantastic mentors, beginning with the founder, to people that have actually impacted me in ways that I cannot explain. I'm just grateful to God for having been able to be a part of the New Life family, to have people of that nature impact me. So for the young people on the call, you need all these skills, you need the soft skills. New Life is a fantastic training ground. It's something that is going to give you enormous skills. There's so many things over the years that I have been able to learn, Curtis of New Life, that I have been able to go out there and probably have expressed the same in different environments, Curtis of New Life. So as the #1 personal development company in the world, I want to encourage you, if you're looking at something that is also going to benefit from your life, also look at the fact that you can be able to get some very fantastic personal growth. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to encourage you, for those that are on the call. I started this as a student 20 years ago. I was 20 years old. I was naive. I was ignorant. I was just out of my high school. Man, I was dreaming. I had fantastic dreams. I was looking forward to just going out there and grabbing the American dream, like some people would call it, you know? And then I found New Life, and New Life gave me that quote unquote, maybe Ugandan dream, American dream, you know? And 20 years down the road, as I turn 40 this year, celebrating my 20 years with New Life, I'm just excited. I'm just grateful to God that when I was invited for that meeting, I was humble enough to listen, and that I decided to do this, you know? And I can tell you, if there's anything in this world that I think is very painful, it is regret. So I just want to tell you, if you're on the call, please avoid that pain of regret. Avoid us meeting again when I'm 60 and I'm telling you about this story, and you are 20 then and now you're 40 and you're still struggling with your finances. You're still living in a rented house. Some of us are enjoying Arsenal and Man City in rented houses. I mean, how on earth? And you're 20. You've not yet, do you know how much you have to do? You know? And then you sit back and you are on a salary which can easily get what? It can easily go tomorrow. And you're enjoying Arsenal and Man City. Yeah, so what if they are doing their thing and they're doing it well? You know, come back and look at yourself, because at the end of the day, yes, those guys will get paid, but how are you going to get paid? You know, the gossip that we all are into. Why don't you gossip about how TNN is going to help you, how New Life is going to change people's lives, and how it has changed your life? Gossip about that. It's going to put money in your pocket. You know, all the other gossip does not really help you that much. So, ladies and gentlemen, for me, some of these things are found very simple. And if you stick to talking to some two people every single day, I can guarantee you, I want to give you a money back guarantee. If you are talking to two people every single day, you will not end this year less than a world team member. And that's the work we do, people. That's the work we do. We talk to people. We introduce what we have as New Life solutions to different people. And if you are consistently doing that every single day, then guess what? You cannot end this year when you're not a world team member. I can guarantee you that. And if this has been able to work for me, it can definitely work for you. So thank you very much, Pascal. Allow me to stop here. I hope I've not taken too much time, but it's been a pleasure sharing my story with everyone on the call. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen, and I look forward to seeing you at the top come 2026.
Andrew, thank you so much. You know, every time I listen to your story, it makes it want to start the business again. And the one comment I really agree with you, titles don't bring money into your bank account. That is so true. So, ladies and gentlemen, 463 people are attending this session today. If all these 463 people take seriously what Andrew has said, imagine what level of business we would have at the end of this year. Just 2 people a day. As I said, 2 people a day brings freedom my way. Andrew, thank you so much for your story. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the story. I don't think I can add anything more. And just to tell you what Neolife does, Neolife really takes advantage of technology. One of the things the company has done is the moment you start your business, you can order products online, you can register to your team of distributors online. The moment you register, the company creates for you what is called a back office. That means you can monitor and manage your business 24/7. In fact, you have a personalized website which you can send to your guests, your friends, anybody you know, to have a look at the products they have. Training is done locally and internationally. Online services, I've been checking the screen. We've got people from the whole of Southern Africa, Namibia, Botswana, South Africa, Swaziland, Mozambique. I've seen people from the East African region, Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. I've seen people from Malawi, from Zambia. I've seen our colleagues from Nigeria. People from all over the place. Why? Because of technology. Every market that a company does business, they have contracts with courier companies in the region to deliver products to our customers. Payment is done by online services or mobile money, and then payment of bonuses and commissions is also done by EFT or mobile money. So the company has taken full advantage of technology. I mean, I've got some customers in Kenya. Sometimes they order, for example, I've got a customer in Kisumu. If they order products on Monday morning, Tuesday afternoon, they've received their products. And I'm in Pretoria and they're in Kisumu. That's how efficient Neolife has become. Neolife has also partnered with the best sports people in the world. The Springboks use our products. Why do they use our products? Remember, Springboks have been the world champions in 2 consecutive World Cups. Because they know which company produces the best sports nutritional products. That is why they have a winning edge. Then every year we have conventions. In East Africa, the convention was in Dar es Salaam. In Southern Africa, the convention was in Pretoria. In West Africa, I think Nigeria has about 6 or 7 different conventions because of the numbers. In Ghana, in Togo, Cameroon, they all attend the conventions so that we celebrate success. If you want to get started, what do you need to do? If you're a guest, speak to the person who invited you. They'll give you an application form. In Botswana, you need between 720 and 1450 pula. In South Africa, you need 910, between 910 and 1,980 rand. In Kenya, 9,200, 9,700 or 11,700 shillings. Nigeria is 50,000 or 75,000 naira. In Tanzania, 167,000 or 217,000 Tanzania shillings. In Uganda, 238,000 or 295,000 Uganda shillings. USA, $75. Togo is 45,300 or 60,300 francs CFA. Italy, 64 euros. Ghana, 800 or 1,300 Ghanaian cedis. Cameroon is 60,000 or 74,300 francs CFA. So this is what you need to get your business. This is the initial investment. Leverage. Leverage is a very simple but powerful concept. Leverage simply means you get resources which you don't have and you cooperate with other people to become wealthy. If I give you $1 million or I give you 1 cent doubled for 31 days, the ordinary or average person would choose $1 million without a doubt. But if you double 1 cent daily for 31 days, the figure is 10.737 million. That's the power of leverage. So remember, if you want success, it begins with a decision. If you're a guest, it's important that you make a decision. Otherwise, In fact, if Andrew did not decide to join the business those 20 years ago, he wouldn't be here sharing this wonderful story with us. So success begins with a decision. Once you've made a decision, then you need to know what you want. What is your dream? What is it that you want to do with your life? Number two, you need to be teachable. To know what you want, to know what to do and to know how to do it, you need to be teachable. Number three, just hard work, discipline, guts, persistence. Number four, belief in yourself, in your sponsor, and in the company. If you've got these basic things going for you, you're going to be very wealthy. Simple things, talking to people. What is your next step? The next step is call the person who invited you. Tell them, look, I want to start the business yesterday. Show me what to do. They'll give you an application form. They will guide you. They will hold your hand and follow their advice because they have an interest in your own success. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been such a wonderful audience. Thank you very much. Good night and God bless.